What's up everybody, this is Bobby from Dry Ice Detailing Pros. We're here in Atlanta and today we are going to be working on a Porsche Cayenne S 957 for you Cayenne guys. We're going to be doing some dry ice cleaning on it, then we're going to be applying our ceramic undercoating to it. So anytime it's going off-roading, it's going to be protected. You don't have to worry about any rust or anything like that. So this is a 2008. It's got about 150,000 miles on it. Spent most of its time out in the West Coast, a little bit drier areas. Minor surface rust, not bad for the miles. Most of it is just kind of covered in dust and dirt that it's just collected just from being off-road. Subframe, the motor, and it's just a lot of caked up dirt, some old oil leaks. Got some nice Eurowise goodies on it. Shout out to Eurowise. A little bit of gunk buildup. Had one of its axle boosts was leaking, so there's grease everywhere. So we're gonna clean up all that. A little bit of dirt and surface rust on the upper control arms. On the underside, nothing too crazy. The exhaust just has a little bit of corrosion and dust on it. Slight surface rust here in the rear suspension area. Just had some new parts put on. Shout out to Auto House here in Atlanta for taking care of the suspension on this guy. So we'll get all of this completely cleaned up and then coated. And yeah, that's what we're working with. Let's get it cleaned up. We're about halfway done with this. About half the undercarriage and one side of the wheel well, so let's take a look. Rear suspension turned out really well so far. Most of it is dust, not too much corrosion on here, so here's a comparison of what this looked like. All that dirt, dust, a little bit of surface rust, some minor surface rust, as opposed to this side now. So cleaned up a lot of the dust. There's a little bit of leftover. We're gonna clean that up again, but you can see a big difference there. Did about half the exhaust so far, so you can compare the two. A little more touch-ups there. Front suspension, but you can see kind of how we've gotten rid of a lot of that dirt, dust, grime that's built up there. We did do a little bit extra here, so we took out wheel well liners. There's a lot of dust in there, dirt and dust and grime in there. So we removed those just so that we can clean it all up. We're gonna coat all this with our ceramic coating. Here's what it was like. Typical off-roader, and there is a lot of just dirt and grime that just got in there. We're gonna clean up this side as well. And we're gonna coat all this before we put it back together. We're gonna finish this up. Next one you'll see is it completely cleaned. finished all the dry ice cleaning. Buffed out a few areas, buffed out the exhaust, hit up the control arms, we did the wheel wells, and the motor. And we hit it up with a little surface prep to remove some of that residual surface rust. This is looking pretty good. Exhaust is shining. You can see all the lower control arms there. Got a lot of the dust and dirt and corrosion that was on the engine and transfer case there. Removed some of these plugs here so that we can hit it with our cavity wax because there's a lot of mud in there. I also cleaned all the calipers, and we're going to coat those too when we do our industrial coating. Took out all the wheel wells, took off the front bumper, a few panels there, headlights. Again, here's the front. Cleaned up, a lot of dust was lodged up in here behind the headlights. Removed those, got all the dust and dirt out of there. And now the motor is looking fresh. So the next steps here is we're gonna put the covers back on the motor, headlights, front bumper back on. It's gonna help contain some of the industrial ceramic coating. And then we're gonna surface prep everything. But yeah, looking really good for a 150,000 mile vehicle. Cayenne is all done. It's been coated, dry. You can see all the lower control arms now. Got that fresh coating on them. A little bit of a gloss finish there, but it makes it kind of look brand new. So we coated the entire underside, including the exhaust. The coating we use from Fine Labs is a very high heat rating, so it's pretty much safe to use on everything. All the engine, transmission, transfer case, front subframe, dust shields on the front brakes. Safe to coat on all the calipers and everything. So now those things look brand new. So we also did the wheel well. This is all going to cover it up, but it's nice to go ahead and coat it. It doesn't hurt anything. Even did the front bumper. Here, even in the wheel wells, it's got a nice finish to it now. Here's our rear brake caliper. Here's the front bumper. Now we coated all in here. This Eurowise Baja front bumper, even safe to use on all the lights, so all that's going to be nice and protected once it gets dirty.